What's up everyone, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and on today's installment of News It or Lose It, we get to talk about Halsey, yet again. The artist that says she's not interested in making headlines anymore has made headlines for something rather asinine. What has Halsey stirred up today? Well, she did a little photo shoot and interview, as the whole photo shoot plus interview for magazine type thing goes, and she said some remarks that didn't exactly go over well with most people. Now, obviously, she's got her dedicated fan base, and I even enjoyed her latest single, Without Me. It grew on me more and more with time, and I listen to that song often. It's catchy as hell. She has a nice vocal tone on this one, a little bit raspier than usual, and I know some people don't like that about her voice, but this song is just one of those effervescent tracks that floats by. It maybe doesn't necessarily push things one way or the other, but you enjoy yourself while you're in the moment. Despite the fact that I like some of her songs, I really don't care for Halsey as a person, the things that she stands for, the inflammatory broad statements that she makes. Think back to recent controversies like the hotel shampoo thing that she was targeting because she felt like it was kind of racist towards people of color because they don't provide special shampoos for people of color. Well, I hate to tell you again, but shampoo cannot be racist, and also all hotel shampoo sucks for everyone. Just driving that point home again to jog your memory, but today she has made an inflammatory statement towards men in the music industry. And I understand that this is kind of a hot button issue that requires some finesse to talk about, but I really don't feel like Halsey handled it all that well. She made a very broad statement talking about how all men are sounding the same, at least most of them, and I really don't think that that's exactly the best thing to be saying when you're one of the most cookie cutter, very by the books artist in pop right now. We live in a world where women are required to be so fucking original, it's crazy. There are so many male artists who are regurgitations of each other. They all fucking dress the same, they all have the same stylist, they all wear the same fucking clothes, they write with the same writers. Just a quick little search through the album credits for Hopeless Fountain Kingdom, Halsey's last full-length, shows that she's worked with, Greg Kurstin, Abel Tesfaye, aka The Weeknd, Benjamin Levin, Lido, of course, many other names that I'm recognizing like Sia and Justin Traynor. Those look like the same people that I see all of the other pop stars working with. Halsey, you cannot make statements like this. I mean, yes, you have the right to free speech. That's why I can make this video. But you can't just keep making these statements without things to back it up. I know that I'm not necessarily in the music industry, and I don't understand the ins and outs. I know there's so much corruption, and there's a lot of horrible things that men do. But there's also so many women that do sound the same. They take inspiration from each other. They dress the same, and guess what? A lot of celebrities go to the same stylist because they get recommended to them by other celebrities, or else the company or their agent puts them in contact with them. My girlfriend's cousin does hair out in LA, and she cuts so many of the same celebrities' hair that almost the exact same way, the same stylist, everything like that. It's not just men. Halsey went on to talk about how women in the industry are so supportive of each other and how she's so supportive. She talks to Lorde, Ariana Grande, other female pop stars and artists out there about how they're going out on tour, and oh, I love your new record. We're so supportive, she says. Way to humble brag on yourself there. Just give yourself a pat on the back and say, I'm such a good friend. In fact, I'm a great friend. I would say that I'm the best friend. Never mind that you're essentially throwing every male artist under the bus, even though I'm pretty active on social media and I see male bands and male artists congratulating each other on new songs, new successes, new tours, everything like that. Quite often, in fact, it's a weekly thing that I see. To just say that it's only women, I feel like, that have each other's back, everybody's got to have each other's back. In that cutthroat industry, I totally understand why. And again, I don't disagree necessarily with the message that Halsey is putting out there, but it is not just for women. There's something that's gonna have to happen where we reach this point where we understand that we need to expose the wrong that is being done by men or women, and we need to have this unity in the middle where we don't see it as a battle of the sexes. We just need to come together and support anyone, regardless of race, gender, color, anything like that. Now, of course, the odds are still stacked against women in many ways, and I understand the uphill fight that they feel. But Halsey is on top right now. She just hit #1 recently with her single Without Me, and she's talking about how herself and Ariana Grande don't see it as a competition. It's this thing where they just are happy to see women on the charts. And I understand that, I respect that. I say quite often, especially with bands, I want to see female artists getting involved even more, and I want to see them flourish and succeed. But we cannot see each other as enemies. If I looked at women and said, I only want men to rise up, and all women are going to the same stylist, and they're doing this, and they're writing with the same people. Pop artists in general, that's generally how it works. You've got a select number of producers and writers that you go to because they know how to make the hits. To Halsey saying that women have to be so fucking original and all this other stuff. You're not really original at all. In fact, I don't know that you've got an ounce of original DNA in any of your music. You hype it up like it's this big story, this big narrative, and everything is so deep and mysterious in my hopeless fountain kingdom. When really, it's just like, let's call it what it is. It's generic pop stuff. It's the pot calling the kettle black. She's doing a lot of the same old things that people have been walking in circles over for decades now, and it's not helping anything when you make these inflammatory statements. Now, it's funny that she brought up Ariana Grande in this interview because Ariana just got a very interesting tattoo, which, oh my god, there it is. It's some Japanese symbols, and she got it to represent 7 Rings, her trash new song that is absolutely god-awful. If you want to get your worst song tatted on you, that's one thing, but at least know the meaning behind what you're doing. Now, these two symbols together are supposed to mean 7 and then rings. Of course, she didn't fact check this or go in and say, I wonder what this is when you put those two symbols together because I don't speak Japanese. Instead, she went ahead and just tatted it on her body permanently, and when translated, thanks to Japanese Twitter and many other people who speak the language, we understood that it means barbecue grill. Wow. That's a good one, Ariana. Hey, what do I know? Maybe it was supposed to be a trick in the first place. She wasn't trying to say, oh, it's 7 Rings. It's barbecue grill. I'm taking my new album in a more country-inclined direction, and I want to sing about grilling, chilling, beer, chicks in bikinis, and everything like that. Although I highly doubt it. Keep asking questions. Oh, don't mind me. We're just having a little bit of a roast over here on the old barbecue grill that is on Ariana for life now at this point, unless she decides to have that lasered off. Don't take it too seriously. I think it's funny, but I also know that she probably didn't understand. I wouldn't. But of course, if you're gonna get a different language tattooed on you, maybe you should verify with somebody who actually speaks the language first what it means. That's it for this episode of News It or Lose It, guys. Let me know what you thought about either of these stories in the comments section down below. Halsey talking about men in the industry sounding the same, dressing the same, and do you think that's true, or do you think it's women as well? What do you think about Ariana Grande's new tattoo? Do you think it's ridiculous, or do you understand her intention behind it? Let me know down below, drop a like on the video, and subscribe for the love of music. It would be amazing if you'd be able to help out the channel on Patreon by clicking the top link down below. It helps videos like this keep coming on both of my channels each and every week. If you would like to see another video where I talked about Halsey and one of her stupid comments, then tap right here, or tap here for another recent video I did on Ariana. Other than that, socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.